All right, we're at Mama's today, and last time I was at the house, I, cut the front end section of the house is plumbing out, and I brought the shorter pieces here, the ones that go off into the shower and the sinks for the kitchen and the bathroom. So they were short enough to go in my car, so I figured I'd bring them here and just kind of solder up what I could during the week here after work. And I went and picked up 15 bars of this, or tubes, this new copper. And so we'll just redo all this, and they were cheap enough. I think they're only, if you buy like 10 or more pipes, they're like only 13 and change, so that's not too bad. I bought 15, and I got the angles and the T ones as well, like here, but I need to buy some more of these and these at some point. But for now, we'll just kind of cut them to the lengths that I have, maybe leave an inch or two on the ends so I have a little bit of room to play with when I bring it to the house. But we'll do as much as I can here. All right, here's my first weld, solder down. Definitely not professional. This is actually the first, well, I've done a few test pieces actually last, but it was like last winter, I don't know, maybe last fall. I can't remember when I did it, maybe a year ago. But, there's a little excess coming out the ends here, which is, not great, but at least we know that I got full coverage. And if I look down in here, I don't really see, let's see if we can get a focus there. I don't really see any pushing through. There's a little teeny bit. You probably can't pick it up in the camera. Maybe you can right down in there. That came through, but you just don't want it pooling up in there either, because that'll cause some turbulences in the water flow and cause some corrosion issues at some point down the line. But I don't know. I think it was okay for the first time on a piece that I'm actually going to use. So hopefully I can just get better from here on out. And here's the first angle piece I've done. And, it dripped out the bottom. I don't know. I didn't think these fit very tight. The T couplers, they felt like it was harder to get on here, like they were tighter fit. This one just was way too much slack in there, so I felt like I just had to put a lot solder in there. If you look down in there, see if we can get it focused in there, some light. Let's see. There's like a little bit of solder that you can see in there. Boo. Maybe not. Anyway, it's not like pooling up in there, so that's good. But still not a professional. Howdy, y'all. This weekend, it's a little cooler. We got some rain going on out there, so not the best day. So I wanted to do subfloors, but I need a non-rainy day because I have to kick these walls out. I have to replace this board here. I got to bang out the little bolts that go into the wings. So I kind of have to be outside. Although, I mean, I guess I could stand on there and have the tarp cover me, but I'd rather have it be a sunny day. I got to move this front wall out of the way so I can get the subfloors in there. So anyway, so what I think I'm going to do is work on plumbing today mostly. Brought some copper down, and then I'll probably start tearing out all that old walls and such. So I think that's the main thing. And then I did buy this little chemical sprayer bottle and fill it up with vinegar, and so I can start spraying the mold that has grown over the winter time in here. So we'll get that abated. And I did notice we have a couple little wet spots in here, so we obviously have some pinhole leaks in the plastic up above. So thankfully the rainy season will be coming to an end in the next month or so. So anyway, we'll get to work on that. All right, I'm up here in the front bath area. A little dilemma because I don't have the old pipes with me because I took them to my mama's and cut these new ones from them, but I didn't do them exact because I wanted to have a little slack in the end to cut them when finished. But then I'm not exactly sure how far they needed to go, and they kind of have to be pretty spot on because then I need them to be within the wall. So the old shower is 32 inches from the wall to the other end, and so we'll go 32 inches plus 2.5-inch sheets of drywall, so 33. And then so we got to get it somewhere in the middle of a 2x4, which is what, 3.5-ish inch. Excuse me. So if we have 32 and 33, so we got to get it in the middle of 1, 2, 3.5. So in the middle of this somewhere. So that, I'd say about 34 3/4 is about where we want it. And this has got a lot of play in it, so I didn't know exactly where this would come up. So I'm assuming it's going to be about right there. So we'll solder these in, and hopefully when it's time to build the walls and put the shower in, it'll be all right. So I don't have to resolder things. Wish me luck. So you can see here when I put this pipe up against the 2x6, and so there's that much excess, so I'll mark it off there and cut it and solder it in, and hopefully it'll be good. Not sure how it comes out in the video because I forgot my camera stand today, so we're just propping it up. So not much flexibility on that, but anyway, so here is that joint, and hopefully it did all right. I did excess amounts because I'm a rookie and we always get nervous that we're not putting enough in there, but I'm sure I put more than I needed. And I put that little wet paper towel here to, so these soldering points didn't get overheated and draw up into there. So hopefully that worked. Hopefully this will be watertight for years to come. So there it is. All right, so we're done for the day. Visually, not too much got done, but I feel like I got a lot accomplished, being that I've never really soldered copper plumbing before. But so we got these two here for the front shower here, and got them soldered up. This is the valve for the toilet, and then these two go for the bathroom sink up here in the front. And we have copper on both sides of this 2x6. I didn't bring enough tubes today because I just drove my little car, and I should have brought one more because this one ended here, but I needed one more to get to where the tee-off goes to the kitchen. And I did have enough on this side, so we got that going on. And that's where the kitchen sink's gonna be. So yeah, so I got it prepped as much as I could. Just need a T bracket there, and then another coupler here. So the next time I'm here, I'll get at least that done, and I'll just leave this go for now. But the only other thing that I did today really was kind of tore these walls out here. There was the section here for the old furnace, which I'm going to turn into a pantry probably. I didn't tear out most of the shear wall for between the kitchen and the bathroom because it holds up a truss there, and then are they trusses? Roof truss, yeah. Took out the walls for where the laundry room goes, and the one that goes in between the toilet section and the shower, the wall there, and yeah, a couple on this one here I got out. But other than that, just kind of looking at how the plumbing goes in here and just taking notes. And yeah, so we'll leave this and that wall for now, I suppose. And hopefully next time I come here, then I can finally start working on the subfloor. Well, after I solder this one in, and then I'll start working on the subfloor and get her going. All right, if you just saw me, or you did just see me desolder these couplings, take them off. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 of those. So these are ugly right now, but if I polish them up, take wire brush to them, they'll look good as new. And these are about $9 a piece, so they can be reused if I spend a little time polishing them up. These, you have to polish them up, but also basically you just have to replace this little gasket here and this little gasket. And once you get all the calcium lime deposits off there, they'll be good as new as well. Although this is plastic, I believe. No, it's not. So yeah, these will all polish up nice, but they're about $9 a piece. $9 a piece. So right here, we're thinking about $135 it'll save. I don't know how much these gaskets are. I'm sure if I buy them in bulk, they'll be less than $1 to repair all these. So I'll spend a day doing that, less than a day probably, and instead of buying new and spending $135. So I like to save money, and I'm trying to do this debt free, so elbow grease is good, much better than spending cash. So we'll get all these ones cleaned up. I think I have one more to take off of this, so that's another $9 for the toilet in the master bath. And then I'm sure I have a few more of these couplings to take off and save money on. And I've already done a few on the plumbing that I've already set up in the front there that you saw. So that's how I do. All right, I got these parts sitting here. All the metal pieces I put in a jar of vinegar. I don't know if, usually I put metal parts in vinegar if I want to get rid of rust. We'll see if it's good on getting the calcium and lime and all that stuff out of here. Hopefully it won't be bad for it, but we'll find out. And then the plastic pieces, I have it just sitting in some Simple Green, well, lavender scented Simple Green, because I'm feminine like that. Love me some lavender. Anyway, so once I have this sit, I'll sit in here for a few days, then I'll get rid of this, wash it out, and then sit it in some Simple Green as well, and then hopefully they'll be good as new. I'll probably have to like polish them up a bit, but hopefully all the tough stuff will be out of there. But that's what we're doing here. And then I have all the gaskets taken off, and I'll go procure some new ones of those, and when we get it all done, we'll put them back together, and hopefully they'll be shiny and new, but not $9 a piece.